What is the spiritual dream meaning of tarot cards? Let me ask you something. What if I told you the woman who gave humanity its most powerful spiritual mirror died penniless, forgotten, and buried in an unmarked grave? Look, that's not a metaphor. That is a true story. That is the life of Pamela Pixie Colman Smith. 78. Just think about that. She hand-painted 78 images that became the entire spiritual architecture of the human psyche. Yeah, the deck we now call the Rider-Waite Tarot. And her reward for this world-changing work? Zero. I mean, literally zero. Zero royalties, not even her name on the original box, nothing. Meanwhile, her male collaborator, his name was plastered all over it. And the timeline? It's just brutal. She was born in 1878. In her late 20s, she creates this masterpiece for a one-time flat fee. And by 1951, she dies. Alone, in debt, her genius completely dismissed. I want you to really think about that. The entire world built empires on the images that came out of her mind, and she never saw a single penny from any of them. So the woman who literally dreamed the tarot into existence never got to live her own dream. Do not let that be your story. Her story forces us to ask, right? What are your dreams trying to tell you? What messages are you just ignoring? Is your subconscious handing you a map to your own life, and you just keep refusing to even look at it? And when those cards appear, are they trying to warn you, guide you, or are they there to just grab you and shake you awake? Let me be absolutely clear. Your dreams aren't some kind of pretty decoration. They are data. And this is about precision. When tarot cards show up in your dreams, believe me, it is not random. It means your psyche is borrowing a powerful, ready-made symbolic system to shove a message in your face that your waking mind keeps refusing to hear. And this isn't just spiritual woo-woo. It makes perfect psychological sense. Think about it from a relational perspective. Powerful symbols show up when you're so emotionally overloaded that words just don't work anymore. Or if you prefer CBT, it's your subconscious hitting the brakes on your automatic thought loop, forcing you to see your life in a completely different way. Now, not all symbols are created equal. You've got the major arcana, we're talking the Tower, the Moon, the Death card, the High Priestess. These are the absolute heavyweights. When one of these shows up in a dream, you are being handed a capital T truth. So why is this so urgent? Because, let's be honest, most people are walking around with this deep, quiet terror. This feeling that they're completely off course in their own life and have no idea how to get back. This is the whole point. Dreaming about tarot isn't some abstract little spiritual exercise. It's a direct reflection. It's the emotional architecture of your actual situation right now. Pamela Colman Smith got this. She knew it in her bones. Just look at her Five of Pentacles. You see those two figures? Cold, left out, walking right past a glowing church window. That's not just some pretty picture. That is raw human suffering on paper. And that's exactly how it works. When that card shows up in your dream, it's because some part of you already knows that feeling, intimately. You know what it's like to be on the outside, looking in. So the message from that card, it's not complicated. It's a two-step instruction. Number one, acknowledge that feeling of being left out. And number two, stop walking past the damn window. Stop ignoring the warmth and the help that's right there. So let's put it all together. Your dreams about tarot are not just random noise in your head. It's life itself, speaking directly to you in a language that's way older and frankly more honest than words. Start listening. Part 2, the tarot in your dreams. And let's be real, it's about what your subconscious demands. Okay, let's get one thing straight right now. The tarot does not repeat itself, it doesn't waste its breath, and it doesn't stutter. You know, every single card that shows up in your dreams, that's not random. It's a specific knock on a very specific door. Your subconscious isn't just throwing pretty pictures at you. It's staging a direct confrontation. And yeah, it absolutely demands you listen up. All right, section 1, the great upheaval. We're talking about those moments when your entire world feels like it's cracking right at the foundations. So you really need to get the difference between an end and a collapse. They are not the same thing. The Death card, it's not about, actual death. It signals that a necessary ending is here, right now. It's basically your permission slip to finally let go of whatever you're clinging to. But the tower? That's a whole different beast. That's a violent, sudden collapse. It's the total, utter destruction of a lie you've been living. So what this dream is doing is forcing you to ask yourself straight up, are you trying to bring something back to life that's already dead? Or are you just pretending something that's totally broken is somehow still whole? The thing is, your subconscious, it already knows the answer. Okay, here you've got two huge forces at play. What's inside versus what's outside. The devil, that's the prison you choose to be in. And the most brutal part of that dream? Those chains are loose. You could literally walk away anytime you want. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the complete opposite. This is the change you have zero control over. That wheel is turning, and believe me, it does not care one bit what you think about it. So the bottom line is this. Are your chains loose, or is that wheel turning without you? Either way, sitting around and doing nothing, that's not an option anymore. Strategy will beat resistance every single time. All that chaos on the outside, it forces you to look inward. Which brings us to section 2, your inner voice. Yeah, this is all about the truth you already know, and let's be honest, you're probably trying really hard to ignore it. So when the high priestess shows up in your dream, just picture this. That's your intuition, made real, standing right in front of you. And she's basically asking, why do you keep ignoring me? Because you already have the answer you're so busy asking everyone else for. So here's the demand. It's a two-parter. 1, stop outsourcing your big decisions right now. And 2, I want you to try something. For the next 48 hours, answer every single question from your gut first. Before you text a friend, before you ask for an opinion, just see what happens. And please, let's just get this out of the way. Forget everything you think you know about the Lover's card. This is not about romance. It's about a massive, life-altering choice. It is a fork in the road, and you've been trying to stand with one foot on each path for way too long. That time is over. This stream is forcing you to answer a really tough question. Which path are you afraid of because it's hard? And which one are you afraid of because it's fundamentally wrong for you? See, those are two totally different kinds of fear. Your dream knows the difference. And if you're being honest with yourself, so do you. And then there's the moon. This is the big one. The ultimate dream of self-deception. It's all about illusion, that nagging anxiety under the surface, and that one thing you refuse to look at. Why? Because looking at it would mean you have to change. And let's be perfectly clear about something. The moon doesn't just disappear because you close your eyes. The problem is still right there, waiting for you in the dark. Okay, so after all that internal chaos, there's got to be a way out, right? There is. Section 3, the path forward. This is about the leap you have to take after the fall. Seeing the fool in a dream, that means you're standing at a threshold. And yeah, the leap ahead might look totally crazy, but it only looks crazy to people who would never, ever jump. This isn't about being reckless, it's about being unburdened. The real question the fool is asking is, what are you carrying that's just too damn heavy for this next chapter? And after the chaos, you get the star. And this is hope. But let's be super clear on what that means. Hope isn't just sitting around waiting for things to get better. It is intentional, active restoration. Recovery is 100% real, but it requires you to actually do the work. And then finally, the world. Dreaming of this card, that's like a graduation. It means you've successfully completed a major life cycle. You made it through. But you have to understand, this is not a place to rest. It's a launching pad. You're just getting started on the next even bigger journey. Okay, so we know the players. Now let's talk about the rules of the game. Section 4, decoding the code. This is the grammar, the secret language of your subconscious. So if a card shows up reversed, upside down, the message is really simple and direct. Upright is the card's potential. Reversed means that potential is blocked, or it's being suppressed, or it's coming out in its most destructive shadow form. But what if you dream of the entire major arcana all at once? Okay, this is the one that should make you stop dead in your tracks. This is not just random. It's a full-blown psychological audit of your entire life story. You need to treat this as urgent. So this is it, the unmistakable truth, the core message behind all of this. Your subconscious is not confused, not even a little bit. It knows exactly what's going on, and it's telling you the unvarnished truth. Your only job is to honor that precision. Just think about that for a second. These images are over 100 years old, and your sleeping mind still reaches for them when it needs to tell you the raw truth. It's incredible. It's a complete psychological audit delivered to you by your own psyche. So in the end, it all boils down to one simple question. Your subconscious is talking. Are you brave enough to actually listen? Part 3. This is what you do next. So let's get one thing straight. Knowing is not enough, especially not with this kind of work. The dreams that Pamela Colman Smith made possible for us, they aren't meant to be just, analyzed and then filed away on a shelf. No, they are meant to be acted upon, and we're starting right now. We're going to translate these dreams into actual, real-world action. But listen, we don't all process the same way, so you've got to find the method that matches how you're built. We'll start with the thinkers and the writers, those of you who make sense of the world through structured analysis. Okay, first up, the dream journal ritual. And the urgency here is real. I mean it. Every dream you don't write down is a message your psyche is just going to have to send you again. Only next time it'll be louder, harder, and way more disruptive. So keep a notebook right at your bedside. The moment your eyes open, before your feet even hit the floor, write it all down. Don't interpret yet, just capture everything. Then you review it weekly. A recurring card, that's a crisis signal. The intensity is escalating? Yeah, that's your psyche raising its voice. This next method is all about directness. It's called the card to action mapping session, and it's perfect for that analytical mind. You make 3 columns. Simple. First, what does the card represent? Second, where exactly does that dynamic exist in my life? And third, this is the most important part. What is one specific action I can take this week? See, the death card isn't about vaguely ending something. It's about naming that toxic job and updating your damn resume. Generalities just protect you from accountability. Specifics get you free. All right, let's shift gears. This is for the visual and creative souls out there, the ones who connect through imagery, through symbols, and through pure expression. This is the single card mirror method. You are carrying a wound you haven't even named yet, and an unnamed wound will run your entire life from the shadows. So I want you to pull the physical card from your deck. Put it somewhere you will see it all day long. Tape it to your mirror, your laptop, whatever. And every single time you see it, you ask only this one question. Where in my life right now does this energy live? Trust the very first answer that pops into your head. By the end of the day, you'll have mapped that dream's message right onto a real situation. And that leads us right into the creative channel practice. Look, you process truth by creating things, so it's time to stop using your creativity for everything except your own healing. After a dream, I want you to make something, a quick sketch, a playlist, a collage, but the goal here is absolutely crucial. It is not to create something polished or shareable. It is to create something true, something raw. The act of getting what's internal out into the external world is one of the most powerful tools you have, period. And now for our final applications. These are for those of you who live in your bodies, who process things through physical intuition and through connecting with other people. This is the body check-in protocol. Your body knows the truth of your dream long before your mind catches up. So after a big dream, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, take 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes of intentional movement. Walk around, stretch, just stand in the shower. And as you're moving, silently ask your body this one question. Where is the dream sitting in me? Now, pay attention to where you feel that tension, that response. That's where the card's message has landed in your nervous system. That tightness in your chest when you dream of the tower. That's your body confirming the collapse you're already anticipating. That heavy feeling in your gut with the moon card, that's your instinct screaming about a deception you haven't confronted yet. Your body is a spiritual instrument. It's time to use it. And finally, we have the conversation prompt technique. Let's be honest, you've been carrying way too much alone for way too long, and this dream is your subconscious basically begging you to stop. So bring it to one trusted person, and you're not going to them for analysis. You're going to share. Start with, I dreamed about this card and it made me feel this way. Then just listen. The right person reflects back the truth you can't see in yourself, but choose carefully, not the friend who tells you what you want to hear, the one who tells you what you need to hear. Okay, this is the final word. You have the tools now, you have the language, you have the dream. So do something with it. Here's the most crucial point of all this. The dreams you are being given are not decorative. They are directional. They are a map pointing you directly to the parts of your life where you are sleepwalking. It is time to wake up. Go inside.